Tourism has always been a major part of Florida's legacy, and St. Lucie County is very much part of that tradition. But have you explored all that St. Lucie County has to offer? From professional sporting events to pristine waters and secluded environmental preserves, from marine education centers and museums to diverse cultural festivals, St. Lucie County has something for everyone. So join us as we vacation in our own backyard and send you postcards from home. Hello and welcome to Postcards from Home, a show that highlights St. Lucie County's natural and cultural treasures. I'm your host Eric Gill, and each month we take a look at some of St. Lucie County's best known parks, museums, and nature preserves, as well as highlighting some of its best kept secrets. Today, we're going to dive into the St. Lucie County Aquarium featuring the Smithsonian Marine Ecosystems exhibit. Located at the foot of the South Causeway Bridge on South Hutchinson Island, this 5,200 square foot facility houses 6 unique aquarium displays that accurately reflect the habitats found inside the Indian River Lagoon and surrounding coastal waters. With more than 8,000 gallons of marine life, the St. Lucie County Aquarium gives you a chance to see what's underneath the water's surface without getting wet. So let's go meet Kristen Ryan, marine biology educator with the Smithsonian staff here at the St. Lucie County Aquarium, who will tell us more about this underwater world. Well, Chris, thanks for having us here at which is now the aquarium, the St. Lucie County Aquarium, featuring the Smithsonian's Marine Ecosystems exhibit.
That's correct.
Great. Well, we've been here a few times in the past, and particularly because it's my favorite attraction in St. Lucie County, as well as my children's, but as you all know, they're regulars here. But I did want to come back and touch on the fact that the name has changed, and you all are celebrating your 10th anniversary this year.
That's right. So we opened up in St. Lucie County in August, actually, of 2001. So this is our 10-year anniversary. We're extending the celebration throughout the year, and we were very excited that the name change could coincide with that 10-year anniversary. I think we've had some confusion in the public the last several years being called the Marine Center. People knew that we were focused on the oceans, but weren't sure if we maybe sold boat parts or things like that. So I think the term aquarium is certainly very accurate and representative of what we have here. So Absolutely. We're very happy about that.
And I think a lot of that came about because when they were working on A1A, there was those state signs that were just blue. It said aquarium, and
that's right.
You found a little spike in attendance.
We did. It was kind of a happy coincidence that because of the construction, they wanted people to be able to find our facility, and because of the length of our name, they kind of put aquarium to simplify it. And we had so many people stopping and saying, we had no idea that this was an aquarium, so we felt that was going to be a good move for us.
It was. Now we're still working on getting the signs changes, hopefully.
We are, yes.
That's the problem when you go through a name change.
Slow and steady, that's for sure.
Great. Well, and while you said this has been here 10 years, the history of the Smithsonian here in St. Lucie County goes back really to the 70s.
That's true. Our scientists have been in the area since the 1970s, and people may be familiar also with our research facility that's located right across the street from the aquarium. That is the Smithsonian Marine Station. Now, we are actually a branch of the National Museum of Natural History up in Washington, D.C. And a lot of folks, when they come in, they say, well, are you the same thing as Harbor Branch Oceanographic? Because of course, we're both marine science facilities who work in the lagoon, and oddly enough, before our scientists had the beautiful facility that they do now, they had the glamorous working conditions of working on a barge on the campus of Harbor Branch. So while we don't have a formal affiliation, we have a long history with one another, many scientific collaborations and great partnerships over the years. So They were based at Harbor Branch before they moved to our current facility on the South Island in 1999.
Well, and speaking of collaborations, the county and the Smithsonian staff actually collaborate with this section of the facility, the public aquarium.
That's true. We've been very lucky to have great collaborations over the years. And so when this reef has a great history up to Washington, so that kind of ties into why we are here in the first place. When they decommissioned this exhibit, which had been on display at the Museum of Natural History in 1999, the former director at the Marine Station wanted to bring it here to Florida to have its home, which makes sense because it's a Caribbean habitat. So at that time, they approached St. Lucie County with the opportunity to open this facility. And and everyone thought it would be a great partnership. So as far as this facility goes, the county maintains the building. They're generous enough to pay our maintenance bills, which are substantial. And then the Smithsonian staff are responsible for all of the education programs and the exhibits. So we've been in partnership for more than 10 years, and we're excited to continue that partnership into the future.
And getting back to, you said this is representative of Caribbean Reef. That's really the whole focus on the exhibits here, is to show locals what they can find underneath the water without having to get wet.
Yeah, it's really amazing how many people live right here in Fort Pearson in St. Lucie County and don't have the opportunity to get out and see our local waterways, let alone the diversity of what's found under the surface. So really our goal here is to display these habitats, and not just to display maybe 1 or 2 animals that you would see, but really to display them as ecosystems, both the living and non-living aspects of those different habitats, to just show the great diversity that we have. I mean, even in this tank, you can see all the corals, the worms that are living on the corals. There are even fish that dig down in the sand, our little yellowhead jawfish. So it's just remarkable. We're so lucky to live in this beautiful place. So we have Indian River Lagoon habitats and then also Atlantic Ocean habitats.
And I know later on the show, I think we're going to meet Bill, who is kind of he's been here since the building was built.
Yes.
And with this exhibit, even in Washington, I think.
That's
he's got
true.
Some history back. So,
yep.
And I know he always says, too, sometimes it's a lot different than, say, going to SeaWorld, because you may see algae growing on the glass, or, you know, because you're trying to really capture what it's like in nature.
That's right. And a lot of people, when they come in here, I think they're more used to seeing the kind of pristine tanks at other places, which are beautiful. But the reality of it is that's just not how those habitats look in nature. So, for example, in our seagrass tank, when you look in there, the walls are covered with algae. There's lots of particulate matter floating in the water. And a lot of people actually asked me if we ever clean that tank. So while we do, of course, clean the viewing glass because we want everyone to have a good view, we try to make it realistic, and the way to look at it is if we were taking those things out of the water, we're really removing those animals' food source. So it's, you know, it's in it.
Even though the hermit crabs crawling up the side eating away.
Yep, and we have, if you watch them, we have baby mullet in that tank, and if you watch them, they shake their heads along the seagrass blades. We have sea hares that eat the algae. So I think it really provides an accurate picture of what would be going on in that natural habitat.
Sure. If you snorkel right out here, which I see some people doing, you'll see algae growing on the seagrass.
Definitely, and while it might not be some people's ideas of the most beautiful tank they've ever seen, it certainly provides that accurate picture, and I think it keeps the animals a little bit happier because they're able to do a lot of the same behaviors that they would do in the wild as well.
Sure. Now, do you guys have a count on how many marine animals you have here?
Oh gosh, I mean, it has to be definitely in the hundreds, maybe even thousands, because it's just remarkable how many tiny little things there are. Because while people may be familiar with what we call the charismatic megafauna, the big things like sea turtles and dolphins that you can see in abundance in our area, you know, they're not always as familiar with the little things, and those are the things that everything at the top of the food chain really relies on. So that's kind of our focus here, is to give those little guys the spotlight and let them shine.
Sure. And you've got a great touch tank here, which is always, and that's one thing too about this place that I think is so special, is you can come back each month and it's different. Every tank's different, everything's changing.
Our husbandry staff, those are the people that this is their investment, is taking care of these tanks. They go out in the water on a very regular basis to catch new specimens. And we have a lot of fishes too here who start up as juveniles. I mean, we have a barracuda who's only this big, and we all know that barracuda get a lot larger than that. So when, you know, there are things that will outgrow our tanks and need to be replaced with something smaller. They're constantly changing, especially season to season, because the things you see in the lagoon in the summertime are not the same things you'll see in the winter, and our tanks really reflect those changes.
And you can have a situation where you have an animal or a fish that goes from the seagrass bed, which is where you find a juvenile, next to the mangrove tank, and then eventually to the hard rock
That's
bottom.
right. So just, you know, there are animals that spend different stages of their lives in different habitats. Actually, just today in this tank, I noticed that we have some little parrotfish who are only about this big that we caught in the seagrass beds just a few weeks ago. So, you know, they're getting a little bit bigger now, so they can be introduced to kind of the big kid habitat.
Sure. And then eventually, do they get let back go in the ocean when they get to a certain size?
Some of them do, although we're very careful about that, of course, because we have some things in the coral reef here, for example, that we do purchase. We work specifically, we have partnerships with some dealers, because there are not things that we would find locally. So, of course, if we introduce a local caught animal into this tank, We would never release it. We're very conscientious about that because, you know, of course, if you have tanks in your house, it's best to keep those isolated from things in the wild.
Yeah.
So we have partnerships with other aquariums as well that we might donate some specimens to them, or have a reciprocal agreement where we'll kind of trade animals so that they can have a new home. It's more appropriate.
Yeah, because the size are roughly about 5,000 square feet. You've probably got about 8,000 gallons of tank. So this is the largest tank here.
It is.
It isn't like, you know, you've got room to hide that nurse shark here.
Exactly. And a lot of people, especially school groups that we have come in, the kids, when I say, well, what do you think you'll see when you come inside? We hear a shark, we hear a sea turtle and manatee.
Yeah.
And the first thing I ask them when they come in the building is, well, now that you've been here, do you think it's a good idea for us to keep those things? And of course they say no, because we all know that every living thing needs to have a certain amount of space to live, and we just can't give them what they need. So we think it's best that they have another home.
Yeah. Now, and one of the unique things too that you have that's always changing is the lab window. That's a place where I've seen some exotic fish like lionfish or giant hermit crab. They're not exotic, but
quite
certainly
large.
bizarre. You know.
Yes.
Do you have people come in with a bucket and say, "What is this?" and
Sometimes we do, and we'll get a lot of people also who will bring pictures of things they've seen at the beach and say, well, I found this brown thing about this big, and we'll try our best to help people identify those. But we really leave it to our husbandry staff to do the collecting for the specimens that we need here, because they're very trained in the handling protocol and different aspects of that. So we do try to highlight things like that giant hermit crab, but of course we wouldn't want to add to a tank like this because we would lose about half our specimens because of their eating habits. So.
We don't want to encourage people to bring fish here, but you guys pictures are a great way to get your questions answered.
Definitely, yep. We're always happy to help because, you know, all of us who work here, we're very, you know, invested in the environment. We love to spend time outside, so of course we're happy to help people who would have questions.
Sure.
Yep.
Now, what about the need for volunteers or interns? I know I've seen a lot of young high school, college kids, and there's a high school that has a partnership now with the with Harbor Branch. Do you all have an intern ability with them?
We have a great need for volunteers and interns. So we utilize volunteers kind of in two main capacities. The first is what we call our aquarium interpreters, and those are people who do work on the floor. They help people at the touch tank. They'll answer questions about the tanks, and there's no training necessary. We're happy to provide all the information that people would need. So it's also a great learning experience, I hope, for our volunteers. And then if you're 18 or older, you could actually have the opportunity to work in the laboratory with helping to take care of all the tanks that we have here. So it's a big responsibility. It requires a lot of attention to detail because, you know, this is something that we're all very invested in. So we want to make sure that they're well taken care of.
You don't want to feed them brine shrimp when they're supposed to get salmon.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, they eat pretty well, as you've probably seen before.
Yes, I've taken the backstage tour.
Yeah.
And is there an opportunity to intern across the street as well?
We have a limited number of volunteers and interns who have worked over there. It really depends on what researchers we have at the moment and what their needs are. For example, this time of the year is not great in the summertime because we have a lot of people who are leaving to go do field research, spend, you know, a month in the Keys, a month in Belize, rough things like that. But there might be some times of the year that we could use assistance. So I'm actually the volunteer coordinator, so it's best to just contact me and see if there's a need at the moment.
And you mentioned that the Smithsonian staff is the one in charge of the programming. What type of program do you offer here other than just allowing people to come in and look at the exhibits?
Sure. I mean, well, you know, we get a lot of visitors just through that public aspect of things, but we have a very large number of schools who will come to us for field trip programs throughout the year, anywhere from here in St. Lucie County, people from South Florida, people from Central Florida, even people from around the country who have come here for education programs. And we offer both indoor components. Sometimes we'll even take the kids out into the water to go seining, which is great because that's, again, the way that we capture a lot of our specimens to keep in here. So that's a lot of fun to get the kids out in the water. And then we'll also offer different programming throughout the year. We offer summer camps. We'll do family programs during the year. We have large public celebrations for World Ocean Day, and we have an open house at the research facility. So the best way to keep caught up on that, I would say, is to check our website. We always have an events calendar up so people can find out the most current way to get involved or to visit us.
And I know you guys are on Facebook now too.
Yeah, we have a
posting
Facebook
videos videos and
Yep.
photos.
We have a very active Twitter, Facebook, and a YouTube channel as well. So people, even if you're planning a visit, that's a great way to take a look there and see what you can expect during your visit, or even to see the little videos of kind of, things that aren't so obvious that you might not get the chance to see during your visit. So it kind of gives you a little bit more in-depth look at what we have.
Sure, because that lobster might be hiding under the ledge
Yes.
when you get here instead of
I know
hanging
it.
out.
Yeah,
so.
we do have a lot of hiding places, so you never know on a daily basis what you'll see.
Now, for those that don't know, what are the general hours of operation for the facility?
Sure, we are here Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The admission cost is very minimal. It's only $3 for adults, $2 for seniors and children, and we actually have a free admission day on the first Tuesday of every month. So it's a great opportunity if you haven't been before to come and check it out.
And there are memberships available?
Yes, we have memberships available, and so those folks, of course, have free admission. It's an annual pass, so if you're planning to come frequently with your family or visitors that you have coming in town, that's a great opportunity.
Let's talk about, we've done a few shows here on our local government access channel, but you all have had recently national television exposure for the facility.
That's true. We had just last year, we actually had the show Aqua Kids come and film both here at the aquarium and across the street at the research facility. So we've had a lot of folks, both local residents and tourists, who have come say that they've heard about us through that, which is wonderful. And just within the past year, we've had a film crew for the Smithsonian Channel coming to both show the work that we have with our tanks here and also how that ties in with our research across the street. So we've been very fortunate that people have been really getting us great exposure both
Absolutely.
on a local and a national level.
Now, since the facility opened 10 years ago, the exhibits are always changing, but the decor, I guess, the inside has changed a little bit over the years.
Yeah, anybody who's been here knows that we are pretty space limited. It's a pretty small facility, but there's so much content inside. We've been fortunate to be able to make expansions in terms of signage and exhibits that we have, and we've also introduced some pretty unique tanks throughout the years. We have a jellyfish tank that has a special circulating current of water for those planktonic organisms that drift. And we also will be introducing a rather large cylindrical tank for more pelagic or open water fishes. So we're small, but we continue to make the best use of the space as we can and keep adding as much as we can.
Sure, I think we should look at some of the TDC capital grant projects in the future to
Yes.
get those funds here. And maybe
We would appreciate that.
expand the size of the facility.
Yeah,
you know?
we've just grown. I mean, both on the content side of things, and our numbers have been increasing so much during the years. And a physical expansion would certainly be wonderful, but
Sure.
we
But
would
that
do
takes
that.
staff too. So this
It does, yeah. We're very staff limited, which is why, going back to those volunteers, it's so helpful for us to be working with volunteers and interns, because we really do rely on them for everything we're able to accomplish here.
Well, Chris, I appreciate you giving us an overview. Is there anything
Yeah.
else we didn't get to mention before I get backstage, so to speak?
No, I think you guys go take a up close look. I think we got it.
Thanks, Christine.
Thank you very much.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to take a look behind the tanks here at the St. Lucie County Aquarium with Bill Hoffman.